Welcome back to Maths in an Empty Classroom with me, Mr. Southern. This is part 4 of the video on reciprocal trig functions. I'm going to be going through another example of solving an equation with a reciprocal trig function. So here we have 15 cot 3 theta plus 70 equals 8, and we're solving this in the range 0 to 180. And you'll notice that that's a little bit different to the previous two examples. As we work through this problem, if you can't see already, you'll understand why and you'll thank me. Now, the purpose of having this example here is I've got 15 cot and then 3 theta plus 70. And what sometimes happens is people mess around trying to take reciprocals and get in a pickle. You need to divide by that 15 before you start taking reciprocals. Get the cot on its own before you do any flipping. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write that cot of 3 theta plus 70 equals 8 over 15. And I'm leaving that as a fraction because in the next step I'm going to take the reciprocal anyway. Now, cot is 1 over tan, so it's the reciprocal of tan. So instead of cot, I'm going to write tan. The bracket is going to stay the same. And 8 over 15 flips to 15 over 8. So I've taken the reciprocal. I've now got an equation, tan of 3 theta plus 70 equals 15 over 8. This is something I can use my calculator to solve, so off we go. So, 3 theta plus 70 is going to equal tan inverse of 15 over 8. So, using my calculator to find that, tan inverse of 15 over 8 in degrees comes out as 61.927. So that's my principal solution. So I'm going to draw my cast diagram, get the rest of the solutions and then adjust. So here we go. Cast diagram, 0, 90, 180, 270, 360, A, S, T, C, and the first line goes in for the principal solution, the 61.972, which is about here, and that angle there is the 61.972. Now I decide on my other quadrants. The value of tan is positive, so I want 2 quadrants where tan is positive, which is A and T, not S and not C. Which means my second line is drawn in here in the tan quadrant. And this angle with the horizontal is the 61.927. But what I need to do to get that result is I need to start on 0, work around anti-clockwise. So I'm going to be doing 180 plus 61.927, which is 241.927, which is my second solution from the cast diagram. Right, so far I have 3 theta plus 70 equals 61.972, 241.927. Okay, now I've got 3 theta here, which you may be thinking, oh, 3 theta, 3 times as many answers. However, we're only going up to 180. So you might think, oh, 3 times 2, that's 6 solutions, so I'm only going to get 3. Sometimes you get 3, sometimes you get 4. We'll have a look. What we need to do is we need to, in the same way as with the one before, add 360 to this one here, going round the cast diagram again, which will give us 421.972. And adding 360 to this one will, hang on, why am I sometimes saying 972 and sometimes saying 927? It's 927. Yeah, 27. Add 360 to this, 601.927. Okay, so I've got 3 theta plus 70, so two things. So the first thing I need to do is subtract 70 from each of these solutions. So 3 theta is going to be, if I do 61.927 minus 70, it's negative 8.07. Now that's a problem because that is going to be outside my range. So let's carry on from here. So 241 take away 900 and take away 70, I should say. Is 171.927. This one here, we're going to get 351.927. And this one here, we're going to get 531.927. And all I need to do now is to divide each of them by 3 to get theta. I'm not going to bother with this one because it's going to be a negative value outside the range. So I'm going to start with this one, dividing that one by 3. We get to 1 decimal place, 57.3. Divide this one by 3, we're going to get 117.3. And dividing this one by 3, we're going to get 177.3. So just a little bit talking about what's happened here with this final answer and how it relates to the cast diagram is this first solution of 61.927, if you subtract 70 from that, you end up with a value that's below 0, that's negative. So what we've had to do is we've had to go all the way around the cast diagram again to get a valid solution. And it's always worth just checking that. A little trick that you can do is 3 theta plus 70 is what we've got in the bracket. If I multiply 0 by 3 and add 70, I'll get 70. And if I multiply 180 by 3 and add 70, I get 610. And that is the range for 3 theta plus 70 before I start adjusting. So it's another way to know that you needed to go as far as this, 601.927, which might have seemed quite a lot, but actually if you do this, you can see how it's valid. So there we are, 3 solutions. Important things were, we had to divide by the 15 first to get cot on its own before we took the reciprocal, and then it becomes a standard trig equation. Job done.